my dear student. Chalo, let's start now. ಈಗ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಅಂತೂ ಡಿಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾನು ಕಲ್ಸ್ಬೇಕಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ. ಐ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಯು ರೈಟ್, ಐ ಥಾಟ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಡಿಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಕಲ್ಸಿದೀವಿ. ಇನ್ನಷ್ಟು ಡಿಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೋಗೋಣ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಮತ್ತೇನ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತಪ್ಪ ನಿಮಗೆ, ಒನ್ ಬೈ ಒನ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಅನ್ನ. ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಇದಾವೆ ನೋಡಿ, 1 marks ಇಂದು. And what I want, I need you to respond because you know that, right? Consumer price index number last class ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲ್ಸಿದ್ದೀನಿ, GDP deflator, externality, everything we have covered. In the same time, guys, today we'll go with the multiple choice, the common multiple choice what we are used to get it from the question bank intra. Amele the question which will give that also we'll discuss today. Okay, one by one we'll finish. And I don't understand why I'm repeating this one by one. So we'll finish all right bacho, we'll finish all. Okay, here is the sum of the questions. Let's answer this and we'll go for the next part. Have a look here. The study, what they say bacho, the study of national income is related to what micro or macro? My dear student, the study of national income is related to macroeconomic. Remember this now. Study of national income related to macroeconomic. Micro Allah, macroeconomics. All right. Similarly, NNP is equal to what we have discussed in the last class, right? NNP is nothing but, my dear student, in Martino, NNP is equal to GNP minus depreciation. Remember. Yes, you are right. NNP is equal to GNP minus depreciation. Yes, you can say that. Next, value of GDP at current prevailing price. Value of GDP. Exactly. Haji. 2 days back only I thought you, right? I think yesterday. The value of GDP at current prevailing price is, my dear student, nominal GDP agate. Next, by deducting undistributed profit from national income. By deducting, see, there is some kind of we have a national income, right? NI. In that NI, national income, if you minus the undistributed profit, what we get bacho? We get personal income. What we are going to get? Personal income. How do we are going to get personal income if you are going to deduct undistributed profit from the national income. Next, measure the sum of total factors of payment will be called. Notice, measuring the sum total of factors of payment. Factors of payment, what it include? It may be rent, it may be profit, it may be interest, it may be what? Income method. Wages, right? What is sum of factors of payment? Factors of payment may be a rent, it may be a wages, it may be a interest, it may be what is it, that profit, wages, what is the way? Wages, profit, interest, and rent. Factors of payment. So all the factors of payment will be called what, bacha? What is that? That is nothing but income method, because they are earning and the production houses are paying them. Correct? So guys, next part of this problem is, the next part of this topic is carry 1 marks question. Any doubts you have, please ask bacho. Doubt idre kedipa. Nodi, this is something like questions discuss ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ. We have 2 parts. ಇದಂತೂ ಸೇಮ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಇಂದ ತಗೋಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, because sometimes you'll get from that, right? In the same time, what I want is that you need to focus question answers from the fill in the blanks, everything, each and everything. We have many questions from fill in the blanks, everything we'll discuss now. Next, notice, just have a look here. What we have, bacho? Yes, you can say dash are defines a particular point of time. What we can say that dash are defined at a particular point of time. What we define, bacho? You know that, right? Stock we define at a particular point of time. Correct? And which are the goods which will not pass through any stage, which not pass through any stage, finished goods. Correct? Finished goods, you can say final, or you can say finished. All right, final goods, you can say it, because the goods which not pass through the any more stage means that is for final consumption. If it is goods for final consumption, bacho, it is called as a final stage. Next, which is annual allowance for the wear and tear. Wear and tear means, bacha, remember on the capital goods, depreciation. Always depreciation. Depreciation is annual allowance for wear and tear of the capital goods. Remember this one. When we have capital goods like machinery, tools and all, when we use that, there is a wear and tear. That wear and tear is called depreciation. Which is stock variable? Tell me, bacho. Which is the stock variable? Any idea? Stock variable is what? Inventory. How it is? How it is? Tell me. Bacha, inventory is a stock variable, very good, but how it is? So guys, stock variable are those variables which is going to be increase or decrease according to the proportion to the production, right? As per the production, it will increase, or if the more production, the stock is increased. If there is less production, the stock is decrease. So this is called as inventory. Inventory is the what, bacho? Inventory is the stock variable. Now, next part, pollution is example for what? Pollution is an example for what, bacha? Tell me. It is externality. Definitely we'll discuss what is externality. Whenever we produce something, right, there may be some benefit, or there may be some penalties, or there may be some harmful activities. So pollution is example for what, bacho? Pollution is example for negative, because it is not going to get any benefit, right? Pollution means it's not going to get any benefit. So that means it is negative externality. Negative externality. Next, the net contribution made by the firm is called what? GVA, gross value added, correct? The net contribution made by the firm is called what, bacho? Value added. This is value added. Remember this. Okay, can you go for the next now? Can you go for the next? Any doubts, bacha? Definitely, we do have some more questions from this topic. We have so many questions. Definitely, we'll discuss one by one. But what are the one mass question you have to practice, because we have to read all. That is why. Next, bacho, match the following. Labor always wages. Labor is always wages. We can say that. Second, GDP, gross domestic product. We know we have discussed last 8 days from this topic detail. Correct. And in the same time, bacho, in the same time, what is the next? What is next, bacho? Tell me. Inventory is what? Inventory ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? What is the inventory? It is going to be variable, right? Inventory is going to be changed according to production. Production ಅಥವಾ in production ಎಷ್ಟಿಗೆ ಆದ್ರೆ inventory change ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Stock variable ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. PDI, personal disposable income. So what exactly personal disposable income? This is the PDI is nothing but, see, we get personal income. In that personal income, if you minus the tax, personal income the tax minus ಮಾಡಿದ ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ? PDI ಬರುತ್ತೆ. That income they can spend for their consumption. So bacho, PDI is what? Personal disposable income. Domestic services, yes, in our home, our mom, right, our sisters, and even we work, right, for our home. That means all these are non-monetary. So domestic services are non-monetary exchange. So here we cannot say that they don't charge any money, right? They don't charge money, as simple as that, right? So domestic services are non-monetary exchanges, we can say. So guys, we'll discuss one mass question. After that, again, we go for the next part of this topic now. One mass question. What is first? What do you mean by final goods? Means the goods which are only for consumption. All those goods not passes to any further process of production, or they are not into transformation, is called final goods, right? How do illa? So that, what do you mean by final goods? The goods that will pass through any more stuff which will not pass to any other process. Means this is the final stage, right? The goods that will not pass through any more stages of the production or transformation is called final goods. CPI yesterday class reading consumer price index number. GNP bacho, MP means what? Market price, gross national product at market price. Idu kuda na discuss agide. We have discussed this as well, right? So ega, which is important, bacha, I can say that you can consider this is a very important question here. We can expect this now. And okay, CPI one mass, most of the questions are important, right? So next part of this question is expand the GDP, gross national product at market price. ಹೌದಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ any doubt bacho? Tell me. No doubt. Can you go for the next? Chalo, next we'll go for the next now. ಯಾರೆಲ್ಲ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ದಿಸ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಇಸ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಗೈಸ್ ನೋಡಿ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆಗ್ರಿ ರಿಯೋ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿಗೆ. ರಿಯೋ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಪ್ಲಾಟ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ರೈಟ್ ನೌ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಲೀಡ್ಸ್, ಇನ್ಕ್ವೈರಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದಾವೆ, ನಿಮಗೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ. Join the RIO Academy, guys. We are discussing all the important questions and answers in detail, and we'll be giving you all the study materials so that you can get a highest score in your college, and who knows, you may get highest score in your, state. So that is what our intention is that. So guys, we'll make sure you'll get maximum numbers. So let's start now. Those who are watching this video, please like madri, share madri, ella friends ge, sharing is caring, right? So please share madri RIO classes ge, and join agri RIO Academy ge. चलो बच्चों, what do you mean by net value added? Net value added means what बच्चा? We are, see, very simple. When gross national product is here, right? Out of this, if you depreciate, if you minus depreciation minus you will get net value added. If you deduct from depreciation from gross value, see, if you deduct depreciation from gross value added, GVA, sorry. One second, GVA, right? Yeah. In GVA, gross value added, minus what, my dear student? Depreciation. That is called net value added, NAV. Right? So always remember, to get net, we have to minus depreciation. All right, my dear student, understood? Chalo, next GDP. You know that, right? A particular year. So during the year, GDP means gross domestic product, measures the aggregate, means total production of final goods and services. Means how many units, how many goods you have produced in 1 year. How many? What is the value of the goods and services that is produced in a country for a particular year? It is called as a GDP. So gross domestic product means what, bacho? Aggregate production of final goods and services. Aggregate means total. All right, it is total production of final goods and services taking with place of the domestic, it means within a country in economic, is called GDP. This is enough, very easy. Gross domestic product means total production of what? Total production of final goods and services. Remember, total production of final goods and services taking place within a country during a year. That is more than enough. All right, bacho. All right, chalo, next, give the meaning of intermediate goods. Means these goods may be a raw material, these goods may be used to produce some more goods, right? So intermediate goods are those goods used as a raw material, or you can say input for what? Production of other commodities. Remember, production of other commodities whenever we are using. So guys, this question is important, and even you can say sometimes you'll get intermediate goods. We have discussed this. Now the next question is something which is very important for your preparatory as well as your board exam, guys. Depreciation. So now we have two meaning for depreciation. In accounts we use that, right? So depreciation is nothing but decrease in the value of the asset. But in economics it's totally different. Same meaning, but like a presentation for the same text is different here, because deletion, the deletion which made from the value of the gross investment. Remember, the deletion made from the value of the gross investment in order to accommodate regular wear and tear of capital is called depreciation. You can say like that. So you can, otherwise we can write something like this. Whenever the capital goods are used to produce the goods, the value for that goods is reduced due to wear and tear. That is called as a depreciation. Understood, my dear student? ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ? ಡೌಟ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಕೇಳ್ರಿ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಮಿ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್, ಐ ಲವ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್, ಗೈಸ್. ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಯುವರ್ doubts. If you have doubts, please ask. Next question, my dear student. Personal disposable income. What exactly the personal disposable income is? How the personal disposable income impact ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ. Personal disposable income, if we deduct personal tax, right, and not tax payment. Remember, sorry, if we deduct personal tax means income tax and non-tax payment from the personal income, we get personal disposable income. So what you can say, PDI, personal disposable income, is equal to bacho, what you can say, personal income minus tax, net tax. You can say net tax. That tax may be a personal tax, or that can be a non-tax payment also, you can say. All right, write the equation for GVA, gross value added. Guys, gross value added is nothing but gross value added at basic price plus net product tax. You can say you will get gross value added at market price. Market price, find what you can, guys. You have to gross value at a basic price. And what is the tax? Because government impose tax on it. Whatever the goods they are producing, right? If you are selling in the market and if the government is imposing tax on it, that means we have to add the tax to it. So whenever the tax is added, so basic price, right? Basic price, gross value added at a basic price plus net production tax. Product tax, not production, product tax. Remember, net product tax. That is called as a GVA, gross value added at a market price. Now, guys, deflator, yes, in the last class we have discussed, right? Deflator is nothing but it's a ratio of nominal GDP to the real GDP. How much is the nominal and what exactly the GDP of a real, known as index price. So this is called GDP deflator anta helbodu. Okay, this education this is also a very important question. The GDP deflator means what? How much nominal GDP we have against real GDP. That's called as indexing of the price or price index number. So this is called as a GDP deflator anta helbodu. Okay na guys, let's start now. Next question, we have 2 marks question from this topic, guys. 2 marks question, very important questions. If you have any doubt, please ask. You know this question, I know that, because while discussing this topic, guys, we have discussed a lot of time factors of production. What are the factors of production? My dear student, land, labor, capital, organizations, right? These are the factors of production. And the reward is, for land what we give? Rent. For labor we give wages. For capital what we give? Interest. And for organization what we give? Profit. Anusha, Odama, read the next question, beta. Aishu. Okay, no problem. I'll read that. Difference between stock and flow. What is stock and what is flow? What is the difference? So, guys, everyone knows this concept. Everything in detail. Let's see this. Stock is what? A particular point of time. How much goods you have. Stock means something the goods are with you. Value, the goods are with you. Stock is defined as a particular point of time. What we do, stock always be defined at a particular point of time. Flows are defined over a period of time. Flows are defined over, see, stock at a particular point of time, how much is there, and flows are defined over a period of time. For example, suppose there is a tank, okay, filled with the waters. Yes, it's the same question we have discussed while discussing the topic, right? Same question we have repeating here. No, the same question is the same example. Suppose a tank being filled with water. So assume that one tank is okay. This tank is water. Okay, now so there is a tap here. There is a tap here. It tap the least water. It is bucket. We have bucket here. Flow agide. So because of that, this much water is gone out. So this is the flow and this is your stock. That means, for example, suppose tank is being filled with the water coming from the tank. The amount of the water flows into the tank per minute flows, but how much water is there in the tank? How much water is there in the tank at a particular point of time? That is called as a stock. One ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಇಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಪ್ಪ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಇದೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗಿದೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಇದೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗಿದೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಇದೆ that is stock and flow, right? ಹೌದಿಲ್ಲ stock is defined as a particular point of time ಎಷ್ಟು ಇತ್ತು. Okay, ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ in the 2020 we have stock of 10,000. Okay, that's fine. But my dear student, in 2021 there is a flow of this is the opening stock. We purchase around 1,10,000. So total is how much, bacha? 1,20,000. But out of this is your flow. and this is your stock, and this is your stock. Understood? Understood, my dear student. Any doubts you have, please ask. Doubt in the K-Report. Guys, today only I want to finish this. I mean, question answer, definitely we'll finish all the question answer today itself, so that we can go for the next part of the question answer, because we do have two series. I mean, we are referring two books. Definitely all are important in the previous year, and that question also will discuss what are the revision test papers. Yes, we have RTP, and even I thought of planning the sample test paper that needs to be get processed. I mean, in the process, definitely give me some time. Once we finish that, that is also we'll discuss, but nothing is going to left out. Now. Okay, now, so guys, is this question is important? You can say that, but from my point of view, this question is very important. The first question is very important. You can get for intermediate also, right? Not important. Let's go to the next. Okay, what is difference between consumer goods and capital goods? You can say that consumer goods are those goods we consume, we eat up, we are like, there may be a clothes, there may be a food, right? So goods like food, clothes, services like recreations that consume when they purchase is called consumer goods. All those goods which are consumed, all those goods which are consumed, right? Which are consumed at the time of purchase. When we purchase for consumption, it's called consumer goods. But my dear student, same thing when the goods are you purchase to use and to make some more goods. Remember, when the goods are purchased, when the goods are purchased for what? To produce some more goods. Such like example, you can say that machinery. Machinery is the example of goods where uh, we buy the machinery to produce some more goods. That is called as a capital goods. So goods which are used in production of some other goods is called capital goods. Example, machineries, tools, equipments, everything will get it. All right, my dear student, understood? Understood? If you have any doubt, please ask, because here, guys, definitely I love to answer all your doubts. Okay, chalo. Next. Once again, I want to share this link so that it can reach the maximum numbers. Chalo. Next we got to know consumer goods are those goods we consume together. I mean, consume when we buy it. Capital goods are those goods we are not going to consume it. We are going to use it for what purpose? To produce the goods. All right, bacha. All right. Next comes mention 3 methods of measuring the GDP. Yes, guys, we have discussed this product method, expenditure, income method, expenditure method. Definitely going further. I mean, upcoming classes, definitely, guys, we have all these in detail. How should we write? But for 2 marks, this is more than enough. Next, what do you mean by externalities? Mention its type. Externality means what, bacho? Yes, we have discussed yesterday. There may be some kind of benefit we are going to get, or it may be harmful for us. Externality means what, bacha? There may be some kind of benefit we get, but sometimes, guys, these are going to harm us. So externalities refers to the benefits or maybe harm a firm or an individual causes to another which were not paid, means they are not penalized. Example, assume that if you have an industry and there is a wastage coming out from, after producing the goods, there is a wastage coming out from your industry. That waste is you are dumping to the river. So what you are doing, you are harming the what pollution, but you are not paying for it, right? So that is how, if you have a transport company, if your transportation, say that, so there may be two type of externalities. One is positive externality and second is negative. So similarly, if you are running a car and you are polluting the environment, and for that you are not paying penalties, that is what. So there may be positive and yeah, you can say in the both way we have, guys. It may be benefit or it may be harm. Remember, it may be both. One day you may get both, my dear student. Benefit irbodu, harmful irbodu. What are the benefits? Say for example, if you are producing something, right, because of that society is getting benefit, right? If you are producing anything which is going to help you to the society, like how to what you say that, if you have produced any devices which is going to control the earthquake, floods, definitely you can get a point. So that is why we can say that positive and external negative externalities we have. Next question is that write the equation of GDP at MP and GDFC. Right, factor cost, you can say that MP means market price. So guys, MP we have discussed in the last class, right? Consumer income, I mean the consumption, the money spent by the consumer, money spent by the investment, I mean the investors, government, how much money they are spending, right? Export minus import, this is also another important. So what we can say that GDP at market price nothing but C plus I plus G plus X minus M. X minus M. The equation of GDP at FC is nothing but guys MP minus net tax, net product tax. Remember, once you got the GDP, so this is your what bacho GDP at market price, correct? Right? So at GDP at market price, if you minus the tax, net product tax, you will get GDP at a factor cost. Next question comes, write the difference between nominal and real GDP. Yes, guys, yesterday only we discussed. Those who have not watched, please just go and watch the recorded classes. We have discussed this yesterday only, right? What is that? But real GDP is the calculated in a way which goods and services are evaluated and some constant price, same constant, it's not some, same constant price. Means there is no price increase and decrease here. The prices are fixed. The prices are fixed. There is no increase or decrease. Real GDP is calculated what bacha? Calculated in a way where the price is constant, right? So in such a way that goods and services are evaluated at a same constant price, where the nominal GDP is considered what bacho? In nominal GDP, what we are going to take into account? We are going to take into account the fluctuations, inflations, right? Deflation also. It may be price may be increased or decreased. This is also we have discussed in the previous class. Just go and watch. This is the day, I mean, national income questions we are discussing, but just go back to previous class and watch it, where the nominal GDP is simply the value of the GDP at current market price. So these are the 2 marks question we have discussed. Now we'll jump to the 4 marks question, my dear student. Now we'll jump to the 4 marks question. Chalo guys, let's solve the 4 marks question now. Any doubts you have, bacho? Please ask. Doubt the Ayendra? Yes or no? Respond, Mari Public Biga. So guys, from this point of view, you can say that yeah, 3 methods of measuring national income. You can say that this question is maybe important for you, right? And yeah, this is what GDP at MP and FC. You can expect this, and sometimes you'll get difference between nominal and real GDP. But for the sake of knowledge, also at least you can learn it, right? So remember it. Next, guys, you may get goods concept here. Write the short notes on concept of final goods. Sometimes you'll get this no question. Yes, how the concept of final goods. What are the final goods? How the final goods are used, and where and all we are going to use it. What is the final goods? Okay, each and everything we'll discuss now, and even now discuss Madidevi Nimkara. We have already discussed Agide, but what I want, bacha, I want you to please focus on it. So guys, remember final goods are the goods which, right, which can be a consumer goods, right? Final goods are the goods which can be, which we can say that these goods are maybe for the production purpose. Like we are going to use that goods for further production. I mean, example, these are the goods which are ready to use. So now, which are the goods which are ready to use? You can say food. We can say machinery. Machinery also ready to use, right? You can say any machinery. Machinery example, you can say any bus, transportation bus. You can say aeroplane, or you can say laptop, right? You can say, I mean, any goods which are ready to use is final goods. All those goods which are ready to use is final goods. The goods are called final goods because, remember, very important point. Why we call it as the final goods? Once the final goods are sold, when the final goods are sold, it is passes out of active economic flow. Look at that. Once they sold, they are not going to sell to again. It passes out of the activity economic flows means again we are not going to sell, means economic activity is going to stop it here. Economic activity is going to be stop it here. It will not go under any further transformation, means how the goods is there, right? There is no changes are going to make. It means, say, assume that you bought a laptop. You bought to use and to earn money. You're not going to make any modification for that. There is no transformation at the hand of the producer. Means you are going to buy it to sell. I mean, use it. So it may be, however, undergo transformation by action of the producer. Sometimes you can make a modification. Example, if you buy a truck, I mean, according to your convenience, you can modify it, right? So there are three conditions. What are the final goods? Final goods are those goods which are ready to use. The goods are called final goods because once the final goods are sold, there is no more economic flow will be not there. It is passes out of active economic flow. Second, it will not undergo any further transformation, means there is no modification at the hand of the producer. It may, however, undergo transformation by the action of the producer. So thus, example we are given, a tea leaf purchased by the consumer. We don't eat up tea leaves, right? What we do? They are used to make a drinkable tea. Means, I mean, we are going to use a tea to make it drinkable tea, which is consumed. Similarly, most of the item that we bring to our kitchen, we transform that through the process of cooking. But cooking at home is not an economic activity. We know that, right? Because whatever we are cooking, we are not selling to the outsiders. So I'm not talking about the process which takes place in where? In restaurants. I'm talking about the one we bought the goods. Okay, we bought the goods that is taken place in our kitchen. I mean, in our home. All right. So, but cooking at home is not an economic activity because it is not offered for sale. But same cooking, my dear student, but the same is cooked at the restaurant. It is called as economic activity because it is offered for the sale. So it is considered as a final goods. So thus it is not the nature of the goods but economic nature of its use that good become the final goods, right? All those goods, very important point we are discussing here, all those goods, its nature of the goods is not necessary here. The economic nature of its use, remember, economic nature of its goods used, that is most important. All right, bacha. All right. Any doubts you have? Hedippa. Nodi one simple ಆಗಿರ್ತಾನೆ. Goods ನಾವು ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ, right? Other nature is not important here, whether it's a final goods or not. But how the economic nature of its use is that makes the goods final goods or not. Understood, bachcho? And the next question is very important question, something which is very, very important. And everyone has to write this because guaranteed question, bachcho. Here is the next question. You need to draw this and everything should be there in order. All right, this question guarantee ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Final goods also you may get, but I suggest you to focus this on. This is something which is very important question. Every year you get this question, guys. So let's start now. What is that, bachcho? Circular flow of income. All right, circular flow of income. How the circular flow of income takes place. Any point? So guys, first you should write the meaning and some assumptions, and that's it. Draw that, I mean, that flow, and we'll finish this. So meaning, just have a look here. What it says: the circular flow of income and expenditure illustrate the process whereby national income and expenditure, very important point, we have to write it. We have to. So guys, all those I'm highlighting, please remember. National income, somebody is getting income, and expenditure of an economy flows in circular manner continuously between different sectors, right? Who are the different sectors here? One, we can say that households. Second is firm. How the income and expenditure, it is flows. Nodi, income and expenditure, it continuously flows from different sector of an economy is called circular flow of income. Understood, my dear student? Chalo, next start now. Circular flow of income in simple economy. Yes, this is what we need to learn, right? इतना डिस्कस करने का लगेगा. Circular income in simple economy. A simple economic is closed economy. Means here there is no government, there is no import and export, and there is no saving. Closed economics means what? My dear student, remember, closed economic means in this economy, a simple economy is a closed economy when there is no government involvement, there is no import and export, and there is no savings. Right? The following are the assumption of two sectors model. Look at that. There are only two sectors. One is what bacha household, and second is producers. Household and firm, or you can say producers. Andre one idare households in simple economy. One is household, second is firm. Chalo guys, the households are owner of the factors of production. You know that, right? You know that, right? In simple economic, households are what, bacho? Households are owners of factors of production, and the firms buy these factors of the factor firm from the household. Households they are factors of production. What are those factors of production, guys? Land, labor, capital, organizations. Right? These factors of production owner are households, and who buy these? Who buy these, bacho? Firms. Firms in the producers. They buy these factors of production from the household. Next point, third point, household receive income from the firm. Remember, household receive what, bacho? Household receive income from the firm by selling the factor services and spend their entire income on the consumption. Yes. And there is no saving. Very important point, because it is closed economy. Whenever there is a closed economy, no government, no export import, no savings. So third point, what it says, bacha? So guys, you know that, right? Whenever factors of production owners are household, in such case, what happens? They get income. Obviously, they will get income. Income from whom? Income from firm, because they ultimately the firms buy these factors of production. Get a point? So household receive the income. Okay, they are going to receive the income from the firms by selling the factor services and spend their entire income on the consumption. Whatever the income these households are getting, right? All that money they are spending on their consumption, and there is no savings. Savings are not illegal. There is no savings at all, my dear student. Chalo, next comes the firm sells their entire produce to the household. Yes, whatever the firms are producing. Remember, my dear student. Remember, very important. Whatever the firms are producing, entire produce to the household. There is no inventory. Means they are not having any stock in hand. Means in utpadne, whatever they are producing, right? They are selling it off. Everything they are selling it off. Understood, bacho? Understood? Andre ಏನಾಗುತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, what I can say that whatever assumption it is, it's purely assumptions. Whatever they are producing, right? Whatever they are producing, they are selling it. They are selling it. Understood, bacha? Chalo guys, okay, next hogo na. Chalo, next is means assumptions in that way. According to that assumption, we should go now. Firms sell their entire produce to the household. Okay, and there is no stock, and there is no stock. The economic is closed economic. Means fifth point is that the economic is closed economic because there is no government, no external trade, and there is no savings. So with the help of the above assumption, we can explain the circular flow of the income with the help of the chart. You can see this here, right? Here is the circular flow of income that they have explained. For 4 marks, guys, this much is very much, more than enough. But yes, if you want, I can add up some more points out to this. So like, look at that. What we can say that here is a household, here is a firm, right? A household are spending here, correct? This is the A point. Households are spending. Kharch ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. Firms in ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾವೆ. Firms are giving services. Firms are supplying goods and services. This is the B. And again guys, for these services, for this spending, they get earning, and this earning is nothing but factors of payment. Like factors of payment are what, bacha? Factors of payment may be rent, it may be wages, it may be interest, it may be profit. Is this much is enough? No, you need to add some more point because this question is for 4 marks, right? yes, we need to add some point. I mean that you can do it very easily. You can write it very easily. No issue. After this, we have one more question, that is externality. Very important question. Amele GDP calculations. Yes, we have GDP calculation. Nodi, in above chart, we can see that household sector supply the factors of production. Right? Yes, tell me, bacho, any doubts? Apurva, Hedama? Hedama, Apurva? हाँ एक्सप्लेन ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇದು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಇದು ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಬಹಳ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ ಸಮ್ ಇದು 4 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿಡ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಇದು ಈಗಂತೂ ಇದು ಆಯ್ತು ಇದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇದು 4 ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಬಟ್ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಎ ಏನಿದೆ ಬಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಇಷ್ಟು 4 ಆದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು ಓಕೆನಾ ಅನುಷಾ ಓದಮ್ಮ ಇದು ಓದಾಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಇವರು okay let's start guys let's start now nodi in the above chart we can see that households here about simple like nodi not necessarily you should copy same to same on your language I mean on your own sentence you can write it because don't ever think of copying or don't ever think of beheading this because ivella edalla these are the one simple like ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ write it on your own language anta okay now so guys here is the first nodi in the above chart we can see that household sector supply factors of production right such as land labor capital and organizations yes that we know that to the firm and the firm produce supply the goods and like the whatever the firms produce right that supply to the whom goods to the household only this supply the goods and services from one sector to another sector is called real flow nodi supply the goods and services so guys supply of nodi ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಹೌಸ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಹೌಸ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ ರಿವಾರ್ಡ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಹೌಸ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ವಾಟ್ ದೇ ಸಪ್ಲೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಬಚ್ಚೋ ದೇ ಸಪ್ಲೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಗೇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ ದಟ್ ಹೌ ಫರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಫರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಏನ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಗೂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ಹೌಸ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಬಚ್ಚೋ ರಿಯಲ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ದಿಸ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ರಿಯಲ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಲ್ರೈಟ್ ಫರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಹೌದು they make factors of payment right you can say that firms make factors of payment because why because household are the owner of the factors of production and for that they have produced some goods and whenever they are utilizing the service of the household they have to make a payment they have to make a factors of a payment what are the factors of payment factors of payment may be rent it may be interest it may be profit it may be wages right who make here bacho firms make factors payment such as rent wages interest profit to whom to household only as a reward for factor services so households spend their income on buying the goods and service again all the households whatever the income they are getting right whatever the income they are getting that income they are spending on what here bacho households spend this income buying the goods and services produced by the firm so this money is called flow this is a money flow ante ಓಕೆನಾ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇದು ರಿಯಲ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಯ್ತು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಮನಿ ಫ್ಲೋ ಅಂಡ್ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಲೈಕ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್ ಅದು in the above chart ನೋಡಿ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಬರಿಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ in the above chart we can calculate the national income in 3 points we can calculate national income in 3 points how it is first is the a point b point and c point right what is the a point bachcho if you add all the factors payment at point c it is called income method right when payment is done see here firms are making the payment for they are getting income right who are getting income bacho households are getting income so households are getting income means this is income method what is income sir so guys rent wages interest profit are income to whom household so this is called as income method if we add aggregate spending of the goods and service at a means here they have income from whom income from firm because firm is paying that and whatever the money they're getting right they are what they're doing bacho they are spending where all the goods produced by the firm so this is called as expenditure method right this is called as expenditure method right so if you add final goods at point b it is called product method yes point b because they are adding what bacho they are adding the goods to the value so this is called as a product method so conclusion in this way production generate factor income which is converted expenditure into income to the expenditure so thus production continuous activity because human wants are unlimited This makes its flow of income as well as the expenditure the head both. Doubt ಇದೆ ಏನ್ರಾ? Any doubts, my dear student? No doubts? ಮುಂದೋಗೋಣ? Doubt ಇದೆಯಾ? Guys, we have doubt ಇಲ್ಲ? So guys, here we have one more question that is ಇದು ಬಹಳ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ರೈಟ್ ಅ ನೋಟ್ ಆನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲಿಟೀಸ್. ಈಗ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿ ಹೆಂಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, whenever GDP is what bacha? GDP is all about the goods and services we have produced in economy. All the goods and services produce, the value of the goods and services that is produced in economic in a year, that is called. At the time of production, produce maduvaga, whenever we are producing the goods, right? So guys, there is some externality. What is externality? Externalities are the maybe benefit, all right? It may be benefit irbodu or it may be harm irbodu. Externalities are maybe benefit irbodu, ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಹಾಯ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು, benefit ಆಗ್ತಿರಬಹುದು, or it may be harm, a firm or individual causes to another. ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಇದೆ ಸರ್ ನೋಡಿಪ್ಪ, whenever we produce we are going to disturb some ecological factors. I mean environment, you may be polluting, you may be disturbing, you may be creating noise, right? That all comes under this one. ಯಾವುದೇ ತರದ ಮಾಲಿನ್ಯ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರಿ, if you are, I mean spoiling the nature, right? So externalities refers to, ನೋಡಿ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, externality refers to the benefits or harm. It may be benefit or it may be harm a firm or individual causes to whom another individual. Means firm is producing something and because of that, firm is individual here, because of that we are getting impacted. Say if your factory nearby the population, whatever they located, right, who are the staying near to that factory, if they are having some kind of diseases because of the production, that is harm, right? Same factory if producing jobs, benefit. So externality refers to the benefit or harm in a firm, right, or an individual cause another for which they are not paid. Means they are not paying or they are not penalizing by the government. There is no any kind of punishment. Such thing is called externalities. So there are two type of externalities, positive externalities and negative externalities. Very important question, because being a student you should know what exactly externality, because you may expect this question for your board exam. Let us suppose there is an oil refinery which refine crude petroleum and sell in the market. Fine, the value added refinery will counted as a part of the GDP because they are producing the goods and they are contributing to the GDP as economic. It is called as a positive externality because they are addition, they are creating jobs, they are doing some kind of, what is say that, value added things. Means with the petroleum we can produce petrol, diesel, gas, I mean gas, you can get it, you can get it grease, you can get it engine oil, you can get it Vaseline, right? So guys, that is called positive externality. But in carrying out the production, while carrying out the production, the refinery may also polluting the nearby river, or there may be harms created from the people who use the water. Hence it is called as a negative externality. So if you're getting any benefit, that is positive externality. If you are harming society, if you are disturbing society, that is called as a negative externality. So thus externalities are limitations of treating the GDP as a index welfare ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಬಹುದು. ಚಲೋ ಬಚ್ಚೋ, next question will go. ಡೌಟ್ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಡೌಟ್ ಇದೆ? No doubt? Please respond, my dear friend. Doubt idre ಕೇಳ್ರಿಪ್ಪ. Okay, next we'll go for the next question here. Just have a look. Illustrate unplanned accumulation and decumulation of inventory. Very important ಇದೆ, ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಲೈವ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗ. ನಾನು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಅನ್ಪ್ಲಾನ್ಡ್ ಅಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಷನ್ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ನಾನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಾಗಿದೆ. But in ಬರೆಯುವುದು it's challenge task, because how to write all these like is challenge task, right? So that is why we came here and we are here to help you out. Definitely you can write it in this way, but not necessarily that you should copy same to same. What I want is that guys, yes, a little bit of your intake you should add up here. All right, that's what we need, because examiner, what they don't want your book answer, bookish answer they don't want. Even they don't want any kind of series answer or anything which you are referring, guide or all. So what we want, bacho, we want you should be very much aware of how to write. So now come back to the point, unplanned accumulation. What is accumulation and decumulation? Right, that we have explained again and explain this. It is the case in the case of unexpected fall in the sales. Whenever there is a decrease in the sale, because there is no demand for the goods, guys, there is no demand for the goods, means there is a decrease in the sale, right? The firm will have unsold stock, right, which is not anticipated because they have not planned. Assume that a firm has produced, say, assume that a firm has opening stock of how much, say 1000. Okay, they have produced say 10,000 units. Okay, fine. Total how much stock they have? 11,000 the stock they have, and they thought of having opening stock of 1000, and they plan to sell off 1000 units. Okay, they plan to sell off 1000 units. What happens here? There is no sale only. There is no sale in the market, or you can say the sale is decreased. Assume that they sold only 9,000 units, or you can say 9,500 units. Their expectation was how much, bacha? Their expectation was 10,000, but they sold 9,500. Means another 500 that will be added to our existing stock, right? Another 500. So that needs to be sorted out here. So it is called as accumulation, right? Accumulation, because to our stock another 500 is getting added. So now our new stock will be 1,500. Yes, because see, firms sometimes, if there is any decrease in the sale price, if there is any decrease in the sale, if there is any decrease in the sale, what we can say, guys, there is accumulation, right? Unplanned accumulation. Suppose hence there will be unplanned accumulation. So bacho, example, suppose the firm start a year with the inventory, how many shirts they have? 100 shirts they have. Okay, and expected to sell, how much plan they sell? They plan for 1,000 to sell for the coming year, and it produced 100,000 shares, and expecting to keep it as 100 as a inventory, because they have 100 shirts, they produce 1,000, and they plan to have closing stock as 100. However, during the year, sale for the shirt is turned out to be unexpectedly very low, means there is decrease in the sale, where the firm is able to sell only 600 shares, because out of 1,000, how much they have sold? Only they have sold how much, bacho? 600 shirts. That means out of 1,000, they sold only 600 shirts, right? So remaining 400 shirts are unsold shirts. So the firm ends up how much? The previous old one 100 shirts. Previous old one is 100 shirts plus my dear student, the new stock of 400. Altogether how much, bacho? 500. So the unexpected rise in the inventory by 400 will be an example for unplanned accumulation of the inventory. Unplanned accumulation of a inventory at the head board. Similarly, Yadama. ಆಯ್ತು, ನಾ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಹಾ, ಈಗ ನೀನ್ ಅದೀಯಾ, ಓಕೆನಾ? ನೀನ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀಯಾ, ನಿನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ 2020 ನಿನ್ನೊಂದು ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ರಿ ಇದೆ, ಗಾರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ರಿ, ಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ರಿ ಏನೊಂದು, ಓಕೆನಾ? ನಿನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಎಷ್ಟಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೇ 2000 ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಇತ್ತು ನಿಂದು, ಓಕೆನಾ? ಓಕೆ, ಈಗ 2020 ನಿಂದು ಏನ್ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಇತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ನೀ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಯಾ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಯಾ ಏನಂತ? ನಾನು ಒಂದು 15,000 ಶರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾರ್ಬೇಕಂತ. ಸೊ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯ? ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಏನಪ್ಪಾ, 15,000 ನಾನು ಮಾರ್ಬೇಕು, ಪ್ಲಸ್ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಇರಬೇಕು 2,000 ಅಂತ, 2,000 ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಇರ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಯಾ. ಸೊ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಅಂತ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಇದೆ, ನೀ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಯಾ 15,000, ಓಕೆನಾ? ಓಪನಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್, ಟೋಟಲ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಹತ್ರ ಈಗ? ಹೌ ಮಚ್ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್? 17,000 ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್? ಎಸ್ ಆರ್ ನೋ? ಇವಾಗ In the year 2020, your plan was to have a stock of 2000 and your plan was to sell 15,000. Okay, okay bacha. Okay, now because of there is a decrease in the demand, sale illa market ದಾಗ it suddenly ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ಕೊರೋನಾ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ, ಏನೋ ಆಗಿದೆ. So whatever you have produced, right, out of that you have sold only say 11,000 shirts. I mean dress. How many shirts sold? 11,000. So ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ 15,000 ಇತ್ತು in the plan ಮಾರ್ಬೇಕಂತ, but ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ 11,000 you are selling, means there is 400 stock ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಮಿತ್ರ. So that needs to be added to the opening stock. So ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ದು new stock 4,000. So your stock is 6,000 here. So ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ unplanned accumulation ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ. ಏನಂತೀವಿ? Unplanned accumulation ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆ ಬೇಟಾ? So that is what this is. ತಿಳಿದಿಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ? So ನೋಡಿ, however, ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ plan ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, I'll read that once again, don't worry, I don't have any problem, but concept ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, because ಇದನ್ನ ಬಾಹಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ. Don't try to bahut this, because ಬಾಹಟ್ ನೀವು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಹುಚ್ಚಾಗ್ತೀವಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. You will get mad ಬಚ್ಚಾ. So guys, for suppose a firm start a year with an inventory of 100 shares and it is expected to be sell 1,000 shares. Opening stock ittindu. Your opening stock was how much bacha? Opening stock was 100 shares and expected to sell 1,000 shares for coming year. Yalle illamma screen stuck agatiದ್ವಿ ಸರ್. ಇಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ ಈಗ. It's good. Mobile ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಏನಿದೆ, you can check in the YouTube ದಾಗ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ. You can watch in YouTube also. YouTube ದಾಗ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ನೋಡಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ ಬಚ್ಚು, ಧ್ವನಿ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ನಂದು? Is my voice is clear? Yes or no? ಬೇಗ ಹೇಳ್ರಿಪ್ಪ, ಫಿನಿಶ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So 100 shares opening stock ಇತ್ತು 1,000, expect ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ 1,000 shares for the coming year. So 1,000 shares and expecting to keep stock ಎಷ್ಟು ನಿಮ್ದು? You want to keep 100 shares here. However, during the year the sale of the shares turn out to be unexpectedly very low, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡಿಮಾಂಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ದಾಗ, where the firm sells only how much ಬಚ್ಚಾ? 600 shares. This means ಇದರ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾ? Firm is left with the 400 shares. Firm is left with the 400 unsold stock. The firm ends up 400 that stock, new stock, plus the 100 value you have planned. The unexpected rise in the inventory is 400 will be an example for unplanned accumulation ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಬಹುದು. Okay guys, in the case unexpected rise in the sale, there will be unplanned accumulation. Suddenly increase ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So guys, we'll go for this same example. ಇದು example ನೋಡೋಣ. Okay, now we'll take an example here. Just have a look. This situation is the same situation. Will not, okay. Plan ಎಷ್ಟಿತ್ತು? 2,000 goods. Now 2,000 dress. ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ ಅಪೂರ್ವ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಅಕ್ಕಿ ಕಡೆ ಏನಿತ್ತಪ್ಪ, 2,000 ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಇತ್ತು and she has planned for producing 15,000 and she has planned for selling 15,000 and having stock of 2,000 now. But suddenly ಏನಾಗಿದೆ? There is a suddenly increase in the demand ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. So demand ಏನಾಗಿದೆ? Increase ಆಗಿದೆ. So demand increase ಆಗಿದೆ 16,000. ಸೊ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಈಗ 1,000 ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಡಿಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಫ್ರಮ್ ವೇರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ದಿಸ್? ಇದು 1,000 ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್. ಸೊ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು? -1,000 ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ? 1,000 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ರೈಟ್? ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ದ ಡಿಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಡಿಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ಗಾಟ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್, ರೈಟ್? ಯಾವಾಗ ಕ್ಲೋಸಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ನಿಮ್ ಕಡೆ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಅಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್, ಆರ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ಅನ್ಪ್ಲಾನ್ಡ್ ಅಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಷನ್ ಇರಬಹುದು. ಡಿಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಸಡನ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ಡಿಮಾಂಡ್, ಸಡನ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಹೈ ಡಿಮಾಂಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೈ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಡಿಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟಾಕ್. So in the case unexpected rise in the sale, there will be unplanned accumulation of the inventory. Suppose if the sale are more than 1,000 during the year, we would have unplanned accumulation. Suppose the sale is 1,050, then the firm will have to sell 50 extra shares out of their stock, means similarly here. So inventory along with the 1,000 shares. So this 50 unexpected reduction in inventory is example for unexpected accumulation ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಬಹುದು. ನೋಡಿ, ಇಷ್ಟು ಡಿಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾನು ಕಲಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಹುಶಃ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಶೋರ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನಾಟ್ ಲರ್ನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ಇನ್ನಷ್ಟು ಕಲಿಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ಡಿಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಲೈನ್ ಟು ಲೈನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲನೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಸರ್? ರಿಯೋ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಯಾರೆಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ನೂ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ರಿಯೋ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ಗೆ ಡೌನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಡೌನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡಿ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಾವು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಲೈವ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕುಂತವರು ಯಾರೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಲೈವ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ, ರಿಕಾರ್ಡೆಡ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಹೋಗಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಟು ನೋ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆಗಿದೆ. ರೈಟ್ ಬಚ್ಚು, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ we have 6 marks questions. Definitely 2 questions ಕೇಳಕ್ಕಿರ್ತಾರೆ 6 marks ಇಂದು. ಈ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಬಹಳ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಇದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ we will be going to the next topic, that is money and banking. Very important topic. But guys 6 marks questions ನಾನು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಇವಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಮುಗಿಸೋಣ. ಓಕೆ ಬಚ್ಚು, ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ? ಇದನ್ನ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕೂಡ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀನಿ, ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಇಟ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ ಇದನ್ನ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ರೈಟ್, ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ರೈಟ್, ಐಲ್ ಅಪ್ಲೋಡ್, ಐಲ್ ಶೇರ್ ವಿತ್ ಯು. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ. ಒಮ್ಮೆ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಗೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ ಇಸ್ ದಟ್ write it on your own words, and definitely you love it, because this is how we should study, right? So idide amele we'll going for the classes guys, we'll discuss most of the important questions. Chalo bachcho, bye bye, I'll catch you in the next class. Hope you understood, hope you like it, right? Please share with your friends. Yarige artha agilla inome note live classes na recorded classes ಇದೆ application ಅಲ್ಲಿ, please just go and watch it. Okay guys, bye bye, I'll catch you again. We have statistic class now. ಈಗ ಇವತ್ತು ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಇತ್ತು ಮಾ ಸ್ಟಾಟಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅಕೌಂಟೆನ್ಸಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇವತ್ತು. ಓಕೆ ಚಲೋ ಬಚ್ಚೋ, ಚಲೋ ಬಚ್ಚೋ, ಬಾಯ್ ಬಾಯ್. ನೋಡಿ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದಿರಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್, ಬರ್ರಿಪ್ಪ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ಗೆ, ರಿಯೋ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಡೌನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಡಿಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಕಲಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಒಂದ್ ಎರಡನೇದೇನಪ್ಪ, ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗೈಸ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಪೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಹಳ ಫೀಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ದವ್ರು ಆಯ್ತು, ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್ ದವ್ರು ಆಯ್ತು, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಗೋನ್ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಇದೆ, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ, ಅಂಡ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಲವ್ ಇಟ್. ಓಕೆ ಬಚ್ಚು, ಬಾಯ್. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ.